this video, we will show you how to access and replace the convection room blower on your Comfort-Bilt HP22N. As always, make sure that the unit is disconnected from power before service. Everything is fully accessible and easy to get to. This is your combustion motor, feed motor. This is the resistor for the feed motor. This is your room blower, motherboard, power jack, room temperature sensor, and data cable to your control board. And then right here behind this bracket is your low pressure vacuum switch. One would think that to remove the convection room blower, all you would need to do is remove a service panel. But this is where the games begin, because now I got to remove two rear side panels and I can't find the screws. Ultimately, the only screws I need to get to remove this motor are accessed behind this door right here. But I have to take off the rear side panels just so I can find them. So to get the side panels removed, you have to remove two screws that are inside the hopper. There's two over here on this side and there's two on this side. I'll zoom in on one of them. Okay, so removing them, I would suggest using a hand tool. This one over on the back side is a little funky to get to because there's a wire for this hopper lid switch, which is kind of in the way. When you undo the screw, you got to be careful because there's a washer on the back side of it, and that washer wants to fall down into the hopper. So here's the screw, here's the washer. Make sure that they both come out. And then you may need to lift up on the panel just a little bit through the vents, or grab a hold of the vents to lift up on it, just to take the weight off of the screw so that you can turn it out. Okay, here's our second screw right here, and now we can pull the panels right off. This is wicked complicated. I can tell you right now, it shouldn't be this difficult. This bracket can pass underneath this, but not with the door. In order to get this door to lift, we have to take the top off. But there's a problem because the hopper lid switch is fastened to the top, and we only have so much wire to do that. So even if we do remove it, we can't go far with it because this is still attached to the control board down there. So let's err on the side of safety. Let's just remove the switch so we don't damage the wires and we don't damage the connections where it connects onto the motherboard. Not a problem. But here's the problem. This switch is connected into the hopper with a little hole that's just as wide as the switch. And then the wire is snaked down through the sidewall and connects to the motherboard. That comes back up and goes through the stove wall. And then you feed it out through the top. The problem is the Molex is too wide to pass through the hole here, and it's too wide to pass through the hole here, or the hardware here. So we have to take the Molex off by depressing the pins, separating that from the wire, and then we can pass the wire back out where it's threaded through all of these holes through the stove. So what we need to do, we are going to have to remove all the screws that hold in the control board. Unplug this from there. We need to take out this screw, and this screw. That's what holds the back of this down. And then over on this side, now we got to remove those two screws. And over on the right side panel, we have to remove those two screws. And that's after we've already gone into the hopper and removed two screws from there, and then two screws from inside there, so that we could take off these side panels. Plus, we've already taken 6 screws off of the back. And we just found 2 more screws. All right, so right over here, we have that screw and that screw. Yeah, those are gonna be T30. So we need a Torx 30 for those 2. Now, we should be able to lift this off. Can't go far with it because of the hopper lid switch. I should be able to lift on this door and we can get that off. we should be able to slide. There we go. Look at that. Now we can slide that out. And then back here. All right. So the motherboard has been positioned in the back of this in such a way that now we have to remove that to get the blower out. Why would they do that? They could mount it right there, but it's crazy. Then we can move this out of the way, and then we can pull this blower out of the stove. That is a lot of work for a combustion blower. I'm sorry, for a convection blower. I'm not going to go through every single aspect of putting that back in close up. I'll just let the camera run and I'll just announce all of the steps that I'm doing. Okay, so to put all this back together, you're going to take your blower and you're going to put it in through the back of the stove and slide the brackets underneath. There's going to be 2 screws that hold this motor in place on each side, and put those in by hand, and then we can go back around and we can tighten them up. Those are going to be Torx 25, and with the doors not on, you can use a power tool. Now we're going to put our doors on. There's a pin on the bottom, but the pin on the top has to slide in first. And there we go. Now we got the door on. Now for the top. There's going to be 3 screws on the bottom. You want to put those in and do those by hand. And before you tighten it, now you want to go back around to the front, and there's those 2 Torx 30 screws. And those go underneath the trivet. Once we get those in, then we can tighten up the back, and then we can tighten up the front. Now we're going to set our trivet down. And then we have to line up these holes. And those are Torx 25 as well. And there's 2 on this side and there's 2 on the other side. And it's a little bit of a pain to get those in there. So what I found was to put 1 on one side, 1 on the other side, and then come back and put the other one in, and then go back on the other side and put the other one in. Once you have all 4 in, then you can tighten them up. And then if you do this before having them all in, it's going to be crooked. Okay, so now we can mount our control box back onto the bottom, and we can plug our wires back into the blower. And then this earth ground, this has to go underneath the screw that's by the door. We'll tighten that back in. Now we can put our side panels on. So we have to grab the 2 screws and the washers that go through there, and you grab your side panels, and then we're going to put those on. And there's 2 holes that they sit in on the side, and then you're going to feed in both screws by hand, and then we can tighten those up. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing over on the other side. We're going to put our door, these pins, down into the holes, get this wire out of the way, and then hand tight our screws in through the hopper, 1 T30 and 1 washer. Okay, and then last but not least, we need to put our control board back on. Okay, so here's something that's worthy of showing you. There are 4 holes for the control board that mounts on the top of the stove, and seemingly there are 4 holes for those screws. But when we come up onto this, let's line them up. We can line up those 2 with those holes, but then when we go over here, only one of them is lined up. We can't line up these 2 holes. So those 2 holes right there on that side, the left side, those cannot be lined up because this is in the way. So when you put this on, and you may have noticed earlier when I took it off, I only took off 3 screws because the 2 on the right and that 1 on the left are the only ones that actually thread up. Okay, and the screws that we're going to use for these They're a little bit longer. They look like they're probably 12 millimeter long. And we're going to start by putting one of them in to hold the control box up. And I would suggest using the lowest one right here first, because it's the easiest one to get to. Marks here on the bottom, those actually go down so that the metal tabs are facing you. And I will readily admit, it's hard to get your fingers in there and push it in and seat it, just like that. And then when we put our rear panel on, we're gonna make sure that this cord is tucked over here in the corner, just like so. Make sure that it is underneath the room temp sensor, just like that. Make sure that this cutout is above the box for the power supply. Make sure that this cable is over here in the corner. And then let's, just like that. And then we're going to put our first screw in right over here in the corner, because it's very important that it be over this box and that be there. And we're going to snug this one up pretty much tight, like so. And then we can come over to the other side. The most aggravating thing about these is that the holes don't always completely line up. And then we can put our middle one in. You want to put all of these in by hand to find the threads. I'll be the first to admit that's a lot of work for a room blower. If you found this content educational, please like and subscribe to our channel. All the parts that are associated with this repair are in the descriptions, and there are links to them to our website. We also have many playlists for Comfort-Bilt stoves, so stay tuned and watch more videos and follow us on YouTube.